Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to show you some lower back exercises to help you strengthen your back and prevent you from any injuries in the future. Now, if you injured your back before or had some surgery in the past, these exercises will definitely help you with your lower back pain and prevent you from injuries in the future as well. So I highly recommend them. Now, if you have had some lower back pain and you've done some lower back stretches that I've showed you in the previous videos on my YouTube channel, I really recommend these exercises as well. I hope these really help you.
Straight leg kickbacks. This is quite an entry-level exercise. A lot of athletes do this exercise to get their glutes to fire properly. The glutes are essential for your body's biomechanics to have the ability to keep you upright without your lower back overworking. Without your glutes, you're just going to use your lower back to be able to extend your body up and keep you upright, and that's going to cause a lot of pain in your lower back. So it's very important to have your glutes working. So let's get down on all fours on an exercise mat, or if you have some carpet on the floor at home, just use the carpeted floor. This way it won't hurt your wrist as much and your knees as much. Align your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Remember, engage your core and ensure your spine is nice and straight and parallel to the floor. Without changing the angle of the knee that's on the floor, raise the other leg up until your thigh is parallel to the ground. Sometimes people even think this is like kicking like a horse. The sole of the foot that you raise up should be facing the ceiling. Contract your glute muscles at the top of the movement and hold it for almost 1 second and then return it back to the floor. Then just repeat the movement once again. Do this 12 to 20 repetitions on each side. Bird dogs. This is a great exercise to improve your lower back function. It also engages your glutes, your core, and your back muscles at the bottom of your lower back and also on your upper back. This exercise is great to reduce lower back pain and is regarded as a safe exercise during recovery from a back injury. A strong core is essential for spinal stability and will help you with everyday tasks whenever you need to bend over or twist. The main target of the bird dog is the erector spinae muscle, which is responsible for extending and flexing and rotating the spine, especially your lower back. The bird dog mainly activates the gluteus maximus muscle, which is your buttocks, which activates when you raise your leg. And when you raise your arm up, you engage the trapezius muscle in your upper back, mainly the middle and lower part of the trapezius muscle, and also the deltoids in the shoulder. In this movement, your abdominals is the antagonist of the erector spinae. So a bit like a tug of war where the erector spinae pulls one side and the antagonist, the abdominal muscles, pull to the opposite side. This way it works on stabilizing the lower back, which is crucial for everyday use, so it prevents you from injury. Once again, find a soft surface so you can work on, like a carpet or yoga mat, so you don't hurt your wrist or your knees. Kneel down onto the floor with your knees hip width apart and your hands firmly placed on the ground about shoulder width apart. And then brace your abdominals. Engage that core. For this movement, just point your arm straight ahead in front of you and extend the opposite leg behind you. Similar to the straight leg kickbacks, but on the opposite leg to your other arm. This should form one straight line from your hand to your foot, and make sure you keep your hips squared to the ground and parallel to the ground. If your lower back begins to sag, raise your leg only as high as you can while your back is straight. Don't over kick your leg up as it will hyperextend your lower back, and that's why your hip will sag. At the end of the movement, hold it for almost 1 second and then return back to the original position with your hands and knees on the floor. And also work to minimize any extra motion in the hips when your weight shifts. This way, when you do the exercise, you're not utilizing momentum, but it's in a controlled manner and you're working on your core and your lower back muscles, which we are aiming for. Do about 5 strong reps on each side, so 10 reps in total. And give yourself about 1 or 2 minutes break, and then do this for 3 to 4 sets. And as a variation, you can do 10 reps on each side and then switch each side. Prone back extensions. Put your hands behind your back as if you're about to get arrested. Now with this exercise, focus on raising your chest off the floor. At the end of the motion, you should be contracting your upper back, contracting your lower back, and some glutes, and maybe a little bit of your hamstrings and your quads. Try not to hyperextend your head and flick your head up first. If you flick your head first and hyperextend your neck, you're going to be overactivating your upper traps. Another variation with this exercise is putting your hands in front of you. This will create extra torque onto your lower back and therefore making the exercise a lot harder. By having your arms in front of you, you're going to be adding more body weight onto your rhomboids and your mid traps and your lower back. It creates more torsion in your lower back and other muscles that help you extend your back. This is also known as the Superman position, as it makes you look like you're flying in air like Superman. I really want to stress that don't flick your head back, because what you're doing is you're trying to get momentum to raise your body off the floor. This can cause you an injury, it could cause a strain in the neck, and it's similar to a whiplash movement as well. So you can understand that it can cause you injury and more pain, and I don't want that to happen to you. Once you're done activating and strengthening your lower back, I really think we should strengthen the antagonist as well. Reverse abdominal curls. Now with this exercise, I just want you to lay on your back and have your legs and feet on the floor. To start off with, put your hands beside you and then raise the knees towards your chest, bending at your knees, and try to do each rep with a controlled manner. When you do each rep, it's going to help decompress the lower back at the same time, especially if you do a lot of standing throughout your day and there's a lot of pressure in your lower back which causes you pain. But it also strengthens your core, which is very important as an antagonist for your lower back, and therefore stabilizing the lumbar spine, preventing you from injury and any further pain in the future. With this exercise, I really want you to flatten your back on the floor as if you're trying to put some pressure onto the floor or squeezing a balloon with your back against the floor. By doing this, you're engaging your lower back with each rep. I know it's hard, but it's really important that you focus on squeezing the imaginary balloon between your back and the floor as if you're trying to pop it with each rep, as you pull your knees towards your chest, and then in a controlled manner, put your feet back onto the floor and raise it back up again. Do about 15 to 20 reps for this exercise, 3 sets. Once you're ready, I want you to do this exercise in the same manner, just like the reverse curls with straight legs. And with this exercise, if you extend your knee, lock out your leg and point your toes, you're also deactivating the hip flexors, also known as the psoas muscle. By deactivating the hip muscles, you're not going to be utilizing it to bring your knees towards your chest. And therefore, you'll be using your abs and your core a lot more. This exercise is a lot harder because you're also increasing the torque in your hip joint and therefore working the rectus abdominis and all the core muscles in that area. Only try to do this exercise once you're ready. I don't want you to try to cheat by using momentum. Momentum in bodyweight exercise is your enemy, and you'll be cheating, and you're only cheating yourself, and you won't reap the rewards. Once again, do about 15 to 20 reps. Have a break for about 1 or 2 minutes between each set, and do about 3 sets for this exercise. Now, dead bugs. It's pretty much the opposite exercise to bird dogs. So with dead bugs, it's probably one of my favorite exercises because I get to lay on the floor once again. And with this exercise, just like reverse curls, I really want you to imagine that there's a small balloon between your lower back and the floor, and you're trying to press your back down against the balloon into the floor as if you're trying to pop it. This way you'll be engaging your core, and therefore this exercise becomes a lot more effective. Now with this exercise, I want you to bring your opposite arm to your opposite leg and repeat on both sides. This is considered a rep each side. I want you to do 10 reps each side whilst remaining that engaged core. This is going to decompress the lower back, work on the antagonist of the lower back, therefore strengthening your core and your lumbar spine, preventing you from any injuries in the future. Obviously, this exercise doesn't just work on your core, but it also works on your hip joint and your shoulder joint as well. But mainly, we want you to engage that core so you reap rewards for your lower back. Once you do 10 reps on each side, have a break for 1 or 2 minutes and do another set. Repeat this for 3 sets.
Once again, guys, thanks for watching. I really hope those lower back exercises gave you some relief in the lower back for lower back pain. I also hope that those exercises prevent you from any injuries in the future, and also will relieve you from lower back pain so you don't get it ever again in the future. Now, if you like this type of videos, I really recommend you check out my foam rolling video for your lower back. Or if you do have lower back pain, it could be coming from the hip or stiffness from the hip that's causing you to compensate in your lower back. So check out my hip mobility video. Now, I also want you to join my VIP Active Health Facebook community. I'll put the link in the description box below. Now remember to support my channel, hit subscribe, hit like, comment below if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one.